Hello, dear amazing world. The topic of today, I like the title of this one. Care and flow makes the lotus grow. Symbolically, we are a lotus flower growing up from the mud. And the more we have experienced in life, for the better or for the worse, is shaping us, forming us, making us stronger, making us a more give ourselves more personality in a sense. Of course, we can stay stuck and blame everything that has happened for how we are now and use it as an excuse to behave a certain way. Or you can use your past, your pains, your dark experiences, and your struggles to fuel your strengths, to build a foundation where you can be proud, where you can feel that yes, I've gone through this and I wouldn't want it any other way, because then I wouldn't be the one I am today. Everything we have experienced up until now is for a reason. We come here with karma, we come here with purpose, and we come here with a plan. And our life is a kind of a guidepost. When you look back at your life and everything you have experienced, you can have a sense of a theme maybe on where you are strengthened, where you have been forged in fire in a way. And the more you care for yourself and of course give out loving feelings to the world and a curious and wondrous feeling to ourself and the world, you must have yourself included in this. The lotus flower is slowly growing, slowly budding. It takes time. It requires patience and daily observation of our inner faculties and skills and how much we grow moment by moment. And we have opportunities to do this constantly, in consistency, in a consistency, not inconsistency, but in a consistent way is a better way to formulate it. The illusion that we don't have time to do this, that we are too busy, that it is an illusion. We are always here. And to become awake in the moment, to be aware of your surroundings and yourself, how you feel, what you think, what is your will, what is your plans right now, what are you focusing on, and so on. All of these things can we become aware of immediately. It is only required of us a little practice, a little care. You put in care for what you do. And the more care you put into it, the more loving and understanding, compassionate care, because we all have gone through some nasty stuff. And this nasty stuff is not happening right now anymore. It is of the past. And if we think back to the past and think that we are now because of the past, we don't have any say in who we are. But if you go back to the past and see what you've gone through and see the consistent process of molding yourself to become a human being, you can then choose from now to become more always. You can always build upon yourself, always understand yourself more, know thyself. It is more important today, in this era, than any era. We are becoming more and more individualistic, more and more unique in our own character, our own personality. And the most important part here now is to actually try to understand others, because we are being less and less understood as time passes, because we are becoming more and more materialistic. Everything is based on body and nervous system and chemicals, even though it doesn't help one bit. I am totally and honestly grateful for the step-by-step methods and the way science of today is thinking and how they use their brain faculties to become objective and go in and penetrate to study the small details and such. And this can also be used to study spirit, to study our spirituality, our soul, and of course how our soul relates to the world and our physical body. What do we share to the world? If you work enough on yourself daily, and if you share to the world and contribute, you will get the power to defend what you do because you know you are doing the work. You know you are doing enough work and that you are focusing on what's important today. Not getting even more industry and more trash and more unnecessary consumables, but gaining in on a spiritual foundation, to spiritualize the world, as I say in almost every video, to see things more clearly and deeply. By only scratching the surface and talking about cars and the weather and the football, and this is just small examples. The underlying feeling of this is brotherhood and to connect with others and such. That is what we really want. And football is is a cover up for that longing for brotherliness. And of course, there are more factors playing in this, but that is an example. But by wanting to know, how do you feel? What do you think? What is your relation to this and that? These small inner feelings, we can't hide anymore. To hide ourselves is when you are going to talk to another person. If you are hiding your inner feelings, it is like throwing a rock down a well and you're trying to listen for a splash, but there is no splash. You get no reflection back. And those conversations are empty. There are no soul in it. But by putting out an interest, want to be interested in that other person as a soul being, as a spiritual being, you will see them more deeply. For many, this is uncomfortable. Oh, he's seeing me, he's seeing my soul, he sees right through me. Well, yeah, because in not very long, we will all be able to see through all of this. Body posture, language, body language, all of these things are reflecting out on our body. And the more unethical and immoral actions we do, the more ugly our countenance become. The more egotistical and more greedy we are, the more our body countenance change. This is truth. And the more you focus on love, discipline, earnest living, intuition and imagination, the soul forces, meditation, and to master ourselves, you gain a purpose. You have a purpose to live here. You wake up every day with a will to do something you know is right. You have found a purpose, a goal, a path, if you will. And everyone needs to find their path individually. And it requires a little hide and seek in a sense. You need to play with your inner child a little to see what comes out. To be brave and see what comes out of our inner soul. What is our deeper interests? What is our longings in life? Are they illusions? Are they clothed in physical and materialistic things? Do we think we want something that is going to make us happy, but only will do so for a moment? These are questions to ask, because any physical object only gives us that much joy until we tire of it because we know that object fully. And then, if we do not find another object to study or to have fun with or to live with for a little while, we will get bored with it and put it aside. And we are trying to find something new again. This is how our life works. And of course, you can pain yourself through a whole life by doing the same thing over and over again. And that is completely possible. That is another different road to go. And you can choose yourself. But it requires to be a little hermit for a little while. To disconnect from all of the turmoils and chaos of the rest of the world so that you yourself know where you come from. It is important today. We are losing more and more touch of ourselves. And if we do not uphold a certain discipline each day, we will completely let it die out inside us the older we get. And at last we will become a rock, a rigid rock that won't listen to anyone anymore because we think we know better. There is nothing new anymore. But by having a moldable and a living soul, so that you can always grow and learn, even when you become older. Your soul forces become stronger even though your body is faltering. That is you become, the soul of the earth is shining more and more through the older we get. And that is why I'm really looking forward to becoming older. I'm just a kid yet. And still, I can't stop doing what I'm doing. Because I am building up to a future. I'm building up for as many people as possible to gain in on a more free world, a more loving world, a more understanding and compassionate world. Loving. And that is for every single individual to find out for themselves what they want to participate and give to the world. And no path is a wrong path if you know where you're going. Thanks everyone. Might the divine Christ, the ascended masters, the elementals and our ancestors all bless us on this path to awakening and evolution. Love you all. Goodbye.